In the world of blindness, chaos is king. Under a black sun that casts no shadow, no corporeal being or element can shy away from truth any longer. Lacking eyes, the thing sees with greater clarity than ever possible in the technicolor world of the digital wilderness. This is how the world ends. Not with a bang, but a whimper. The universe came to being with the biggest bang of all, no whimper there amongst the collision of constellations. But what can theatre and words tell you of such intricately drawn scientific ambiguity? What can we hope for? How can we jump the life to come when our generation can only make eye contact through banal snapshots, recorded, digested, regurgitated solely for pleasure, seeing everything and yet nothing at once? What would we do if we were torn free from our third eyes, our petroleum bodies, our phantom limbs from which we think ourselves already free? Each commands their own private empire, yet with ours lost in digital somnolence. Who is the real boss?
Item: gradual pollution leading to global warming, the melting of polar ice caps and rising sea levels.
Item: social disintegration via overproliferation of media and network technologies, resulting in devolution of Homo sapien into one-fingered VR-enhanced thought drone.
Item: nuclear holocaust born out of conflict between emerging global superpower and declining global superpower, resulting in the annihilation of the majority of life on Earth.
Item: God's righteous hand.
What? That's the reason. Time's up, custodians no more. Our stewardship is at an end, the holy contract terminated. If you asked a race to do one thing, one solitary bloody thing, don't mess with paradise, and they did this, wouldn't you take it away from them again?
No, we would, but we're not discussing our God complexes here. What we're discussing is...
Hypothetical.
And yet probable.
Foreseeable.
And definable.
Your rationale is bound up in the intangible, in trusting that some bearded architect has divined a form of sense or clarity from the position we put ourselves in. You're deferring responsibility. If God exists, do you really think he'd bother having our annihilation so drawn out, so tedious? Swatting us under increasingly high tides and holding us under the magnifying glass of global warming? Wouldn't he just deem us a lost cause and get it over with? The God of plans and purpose of which you speak no longer exists. In a world run by oversaturated connectivity, what need we for an omniscient being to draw us together? We've never been more alone in this World Wide Web.
On the contrary, we've never needed him more. You've just said it. We've never been more alone. Technology doesn't connect us, but restrains us from meaningful and satisfying relationships. It's not that God has left us or abandoned us. We've turned our backs on him, and look where that's left us. While you three preach your own sermons on pollution, society, and war, at least my reason offers redemption.
Sin has for a long time now infected our species. Disease in our bodies, infectious pestilence. Accept that and you'll find peace.
It's not possible. Your road will simply exacerbate the three reasons we possess. When will it end? God binds, sure, I don't deny his healing properties for some, but accepting that God has decided we're no longer worthy of stewardship is just species-wide suicide.
And God is the central problem here. We don't need the God of the Bible. War is God. War, an eternal commitment of the human race to conflict, from the smallest preschool spat to the trigger-happy general sitting behind his highly polished desk. This kinship we bear with conflict must be accepted, and only then will our annihilation be deferred. Somewhere on this rock, someone ought to be committing to bloodshed or territorial transgression. What will you blog about on the digital platforms you so bemoan? Who will you turn to when you relish a secret prayer to end a nameless massacre? And what territory will there be left to protest atop? War. Just a little drop of war gives us purpose and negates the wider inevitability of nuclear apocalypse.
Laugh a minute, you are.
When you fear that which is beyond your control, then you become master of fear itself. That which is unknowable, too terrible to name, the war of which I speak, is made manifest by its depictions within fiction. Let it be so. Fiction can never capture the true and visceral immediacy of a bomb splitting a street in two, or a soldier taking that to which he has no right, but it is better this way. Fear, my friends. Fear of conflict beyond comprehension. Fear is the confine of the weak man. It will drag him down into suffering and subservience. Master your fear, and you master your weakness. Then you shall know only courage. Cowards die many times before their deaths.
You sound more like a preacher than they do.
They rightly do, all those highfalutin words and shit.
Metaphors to boot.
You must lead a miserable life.
No, I'm happy with my fears. I'm at peace. Didn't you listen?
Yes, I did, we all listened, and yet your rhetoric betrays you.
You did make the cardinal sin of denial, friend.
Sure as fish have gills.
Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing but inwardly are ravenous wolves.
I'm starting to think you might have a point.
Who's the wolf?
They are. Has the digitally webbed wasteland addled your mind to the extent that you can't read the devil's scripture in plain sight?
Even the devil can quote scripture.
You should put that on a t-shirt.
I'm hearing a whole lot of scripture coming out of you, but not a whole lot from you. See, what they're saying I don't believe exactly, but at least their belief is bound to something with which a man can claim kinship in the dark days to come.
But don't you see that their worship at the altar of delusion has led us to this crossing? We must either accept religion and condemn ourselves to extinction, or embrace the realities of war and grasp our future, promoting self-preservation. In the great chain of being, what's a god to a non-believer?
Well, if you're quoting Kanye, then you've definitely lost me.
No church in the wild, right?
Even the devil can quote scripture.
Relevant.
You should tweet that. Gives their voices greater traction if we align them within a populist context.
Done. Hashtag deep impact.
Man isn't built to last. He is constructed to live within himself and create paradise everlasting for he himself alone, just like the God of their book. God is the greatest God complex of all, an excuse invented by the arrogance of man. The idea that if you kill some folks, if you throw your trash in the wrongly marked basket, if you watch some girl sucking some dude's dick, God will absolve you of all that. An eternal deferral, whereby these resolutions are sidelined inch by inch, only enough to stop us from blowing each other to kingdom come with the inadequacy of it all. We are a squalid species, and my peace is founded in that knowledge. At least my reason, proposal, what have you, is connected to man's inner thirst for violent connection on a primal level.
What you speak is drawn exclusively from fear. Fear and fear and fear again, followed by a list of fears, drowning in the fears which have preceded them.
I will not follow you, but I will destroy you.
And I will not pray to you, but I will pray for you.
Noise but noise. I will not listen. Demand me nothing. Your prayers condemn you to the silence you hear an answer. My cloak of fear will be blanket enough when the cold comes.
The news at midnight. Government health agencies have put A&E departments on high alert due to the threat of a swine flu outbreak across the UK. The NHS has released statements declaring that frontline services are at risk of being overwhelmed by a growing demand from people presenting flu-like symptoms.
There was only so much I could do for you. I taught you how to hunt, trap and skin, but how could you know how those skills would possibly save you? What will become of you? This is a brittle world. Let them play. Let them play in the snow and the ash. Let them be. What can be done to save them? Nothing can be done. Nothing to be done to save them. I wonder what it will be. Something we can even contemplate the prevention of. A virus. A bomb. But who'd even want to survive for that? I killed them when I gave them life. I have done. Let them be. How they grow. How their skin stretches. But it must crack and wither like autumn in a storm. Like browning leaves catching the surface of the earth. What can protect them when the cold comes? What good am I to them? Animals reject their mothers. Mothers abandon their children. I could tell them stories. Be a custodian of knowledge in the ignorance of the new world. No, that won't serve a purpose. What would I even say to them? Here, children, a woman, a human, a memory of the past. I was too soon a wife, too soon a mother. Perhaps instructed them. Perhaps they will find me. My little ones. But no less the greater chance, survival. He is too weak to survive. He is a leech, a limpet, stuck to the old world, too stupid to see what is coming. I will not be another woman ground into the dirt. I will carve out my landscape. We are nothing if we remain together.
I'm sorry. Mum. I'm sorry, Mum.
Dry your tears, child. They will blind you. Protect him from the ways of his father, and protect yourself from the ways of man. I'll be out there in the chaos.
Dad? Hey, Dad, how much should I put in the fire and how much in the bog-out supply?
As long as you can on the fire.
For fuck's sake, what a comfort we've got. And no dinner. I must eat my dinner.
Oh, come on, Colour. Don't lay it in a line. You've got to lay them up in opposite directions for the fire to spread.
It's wood, Cat. Wood burns. It'll burn no matter what I do with it. It's not enough anyway. Where are we going? Why is he insisting on tonight?
Communications are already limited, and we're not going to get anywhere by staying here. Anyway, they say London's fallen and it's only a matter of time for the virus to spread north.
But then why are we going south? That's fucking illogical. Why don't we stay here and wait it out? Dad's been collecting enough of this shit for 10 years now, and Mum had already started before she left.
If we stay here, it'll be discovered sooner or later. And anyway, I'm worried about Dad. He doesn't really talk to us anymore. I just think if we get away, well, it might, I don't know, give him something to do and have him reconnect with reality or something.
What if Dad's not immune to the virus? We know we're alright because of Mum. Dad's had us checked. But what if he's got the wrong blood type? It's like he's got a fucking death wish or something.
Say that.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
No, it's all right. I'm thinking it too. I just wish I remembered Mum better.
Yeah, me too, sis.
Have we got everything?
Everything he said.
Good. Look, I know it sounds like suicide heading south, okay, but the coast is the only chance we've got. We've got to get a boat from Dover to the continent. Get off this blasted island. We might have waited too long. I mean, we've waited long enough. Your mother, she would have had us leave.
Dad.
It's all right. Come on. I never used to take the initiative. But I hope I'm making up for lost time now, eh?
You've made sure we can carry on where others won't be able to. So.
Well, your mother told me well.
Dad, what happened to her?
To your mother? I mean, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I've been trying to work this out for the last 10 years. Perhaps if I didn't know why she'd have gone, would have given us the impetus to leave. Perhaps if I'd known where, then we could have moved sooner, but I was happy. I was happy and I was arrogant. And I didn't see what was coming. And your mother, she wasn't exactly normal. She didn't kind of fit into the world that I brought you up in. I mean, I gave her this vision early on, and it was more like a curse. And I'm not talking about visions of fireballs and earthquakes, but it was something she just couldn't shake. Something that dragged her down. And you could see it. You could see in the way that she would just come in and watch you play. You could see it. I mean, if the doom hadn't got us, then I'm pretty sure your mother would. But I don't know. I mean, she's probably out there right now, eh? Knowing her. Look, go get the car ready, alright? I've got to go tell the others we're leaving. Safety in numbers and all that. Remember that. And then we're going to go to bed, okay? I'll catch you in a bit.
It's alright, we had to, we did this. So much blood everywhere, broken homes, the lost children, mothers, slow traffic noise. Drive. Were they homeless? Where's Dad? I lost noise. Reminds me of something. No, never mind. I shared some black cloud cuts across the half moon glittering. Unbroken glass lying in the gutter. Utter the unspoken word. Dying, you bitch. Behind us cold, Cat. Chilly. Broken skin, broken from the lack of clean water or pure flesh, dehydrated, unsatiated. Keys in my hand, there's fire inside, keep it close, I didn't care, not until it mattered most. We travelled Colesford Hill via roads to Lichfield. They say the M6 is a wasteland, a massacre when the rich try to monopolise the road to go south. Dad said the apocalypse would begin with a bang. Idiot, stupid, fucking idiot. I will not become him. I will not become an executioner. Above me the moon shines. So many open bodies.
You haven't been asleep for an hour. We should have reached over by now if you just kept driving.
I was knackered. I couldn't spend another second in that little metal box. Besides, we might be able to salvage some supplies from around here.
Look around you. There's something rotten in this place, Carl. There's nothing here. It's been gutted.
Yeah. Could have been a really lovely time.
But it's not anymore. Places change. The house that you were born in becomes a training ground. The street you came as a kid becomes a street you have to run out to get from killers, and God knows what else. Places change, Carl. People change.
Cat.
Hey. Hey. Children, visitors, yes, guests. Clean. Are you clean? Father won't let anyone near the house who isn't clean.
Are we infected? Is that what she means?
I assume so. We're clean. Oh, visitors, yes! Oh, Father will be so pleased.
They've got to be preppers.
Maybe rabbits aren't the only thing she sings.
What does it matter? She clearly knows how to look after herself. Maybe we can pick up some tips. Besides, if push comes to shove, we can always defend ourselves like we did.
I would rather not.
I almost didn't believe when you'd said that we had visitors, but I'm so thrilled to find that we do. Allow me to introduce myself. Richard Silk, the owner of this estate. I see you've already met my daughter. I can assure you, you shan't be needing that here. My family's owned this land for generations, and we've always known how to defend it. Not about to let some Ubers get one up on us, are we? There's a cast iron gate they'd have to break through anyway. There's not been one night we haven't slept easy.
And we were attacked by Ubers a little while ago. They must be coming south from Birmingham.
Well, you're more than welcome to spend the night here if you wish. I mean, Stratford's been razed to the ground. You'll find nothing of use to you there, and who knows what feral creatures you might find out on the hills. We have hot water, plenty of room, and a palatial supply of food. You're more than welcome to spend the time that you wish.
Look, that's very kind of you, but I really think we should be on our way.
Mr. Silk.
Richard, please. Richard.
Richard, would you give us a moment, please?
Carl, I don't like this one bit. Why is he so eager to take us in?
It's not eagerness, it's generosity. Don't be so quick to dismiss him.
You and I can survive just fine alone. I don't need made responsible for them. We don't even know them. Are you so blind as to not see this as even a tiny bit suspicious?
What if those Ubers come back? Or something worse? We can't spend the entire night wandering around. Besides, I'm exhausted. I'd just be slowing us down. If there is any humanity left in this world, I want to grab it with both hands.
We stay for one night. We'll move out in the morning. Mr. Silk, thank you for your hospitality. We will be glad.
Wonderful, please, come this way and I'll show you around.
Colour?
Hello. Good morning. Do you need any help? You alright?
Cat, you're up. I trust you slept well?
Yes, thank you.
Splendid. Well, do come this way. Needs just serving up breakfast. Just leftovers from last night. Don't want anything to go to waste. I trust you'll understand. Colour's still not up. We can keep some warm for him.
Yes, Mrs. Silk. Newt. You know, she saw her this morning. She seemed unwell, almost in shock. I mean, I've seen people back home with expressions like that, and it just made me wonder, has your family been attacked by Ubers? I mean, I didn't think they raided this far into the countryside. I thought they only attacked the inner cities.
There's no need to worry. She's just slow to wake up in the morning. She was probably still half asleep when you met her. And as for Ubers, no, we've seen none this far. But we are well prepared for them when they do eventually set their sights on the country. I suppose you've had more contact with them than we have.
Yes. I think they killed my dad.
I'm sorry, these are trying times for us all, but to lose a parent so violently is truly terrible.
Yes, well, they very nearly killed us too. So.
If there's anything I can do, please just ask. Stay as long as you like. We have plenty of hot water, plenty of food, and an extra pair of hands is always useful.
Thank you, that's really kind of you.
You can relax now, Cat, you're safe. Stay as long as you wish and recuperate, and if you still wish to move on, then feel free to do so if you still wish to.
Yes, thank you, but I think that's best. Dad always told us to stay together and keep moving, so I guess that's what we'll do. I'm just not certain. He always seems so confident and assertive, and I just don't know. The drills he put us through bear no resemblance to the reality, and I just keep trying to think like him. Does that sound stupid?
Not at all. I'm sure you're trying your best, and you have your brother with you, and company is always a comfort. I'm sure your father would have been incredibly proud of you both.
Dog heel. Good dog. Spot. Sit upon the ground. Wipe thy nose. Thou art a varlet. Thou ought to know this, thy soggy bookcase of inconvenience, sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door. Thou art the quintessential mothball, Spot. Never follow a ball, hoop or playmate into the street. That is the fate that befell my poor dog here. Roadkill. Fit for the ball and chain only. At least he does not give me the bail for lie. At least he remains dumbfounded. You, Spot! I must do something about you. And yet you tell the best tales. What did the old bard of these woods say?
A sad tale's best for winter.
See, Spot, that's your stocking trade. And with winter eternal, the time is right for thy merchandise. We are situated among these hollowed trunks, yes? I don't want to be mixing my metaphor.
Yes, Lord Magpie, we do trundle through the forest of Arden.
Hush down, dog! Hush down, dog! I smell something rarefied. Spot. Sniff out the scent I do detect, but alas I'm able to pinpoint. Once one has attended so many cabinet dinners, the perfume of privilege begins to numb one's senses and coalesce into a heady mess.
My lord, I have no nose with which to make a calculation.
Oh yeah, hence the red nose. What a day. Oh, what a lovely war. I'd like to think, Spot, that when the earth was whole and relied not upon my generosity, thou wert disposed towards charity, hence the red nose. Were you, Spot? Never mind. Never trust a boy to do a dog's job. Good dog. Good dog. fragrance. There are, in all likelihood, a multitude of landed philanthropists in the vicinity, waiting to be liberated by a feral lord, his boy, and his dog.
We wait.
Certainly we wait, Spot. I'd have thought that was obvious.
But what will he say?
Spot, I do not believe he's lost his tongue just yet. More than could be said for your nose.
But I'm hungry, and his only purpose is to serve your will.
Spot, are you suggesting we eat dog?
We do in China.
Are we in China, Spot?
No, but...
Then, Spot, we will not eat dog.
But I can obey you. I can be your...
You have too much agency, Spot. Too much will. Men such as me need such as dog in order for our position at the head of the great chain of being not simply to be maintained, but justly recognised. In an ever-darkening world such as this, law and order must either be maintained or, if such a task proves insurmountable, moulded afresh. And it is the duty of men such as me, men of lies and white ties and white halls, to cast the jelly of change.
The jelly of change?
Yes, I think that analogy worked.
Maybe, but the articulation was somewhat wanting.
Impertinent, Spot! Not to be tolerated! I ought to have you chained up, but I fear it would tighten your tongue and slow your infinite poetry. Thou art a poet, Spot.
Oh, I used to perform for the local kids. Benefits. So I got the nose.
Now hast a fine face for foolery and deception, Spot.
Well, would thou like a tale, Lord Magpie?
Sad tale.
Yes, Lord Magpie.
Tell me one of the old tales. One of the tall ones which did predict the coming of the autumn song and the darkening of our blessed plot.
We learnt this one in school. Perhaps I shall make a fool. Will thou make as much of me?
Of course, Spot. But first we wait for dog.
Hollow men stalk the earth. They borrow pounds from flesh, trading stocks and stuffing, huff and puff to blow away the little man. The handyman, who is not built of straw, but his house is weak unlike himself and it topples anyhow. Hollow men with hollow eyes, borrowed time and borrowed world and borrowed eyes with which to sorrow, hollow sorrow. Weep at news. Arm round the wife as the broadcast drones on and he strikes her shoulder, hoping the sympathy for the car-bomb victim or the street split by a hand grenade might land him a hand-job afterthought. Hollow men, these hollow men, with eyes that cry black blood, shed tears annually, a charity, donating over phone, a one-off cause, then exploit the system once more. Oh, and what of the shooting men? The men upstairs, oh, they know better, no. They sit in rows and crow, crow, crow about their nation's woe. Oh, broken men, these token men, with hats stuffed full of straw, crowing out their borrowed words to sorrow the sorry whole. And then there's me, the ha-ha man, the jester with his tricks, can spin a word, can sound absurd and yet keep it succinct. Translated dog, bark out a yelp, cry, help, in the hapless dark. And who hears? None. No sun to rise. Just you hollow man.
Wake up. Hello, please. Please, come on. Stop, please.
Who is the lamb and who
to a flame burn the moth to a trigger, word left, lost, mother!
Silly child, silly pathetic child.
Please.
Be quiet.
Please. What do you want? Please. I'll give you anything. Please just let us go.
Newt.
Please. 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 Please.
The cat. Cat, what's happening? Cat.
Connor, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be
It's
fine.
not going to be
Please.
fine, Cat.
Please, Mr. Silk. Please.
You're so young. So much still to learn. Survival, that is what I want. To truly survive in a society such as this, one must adapt, one must disguise, maintain the facade of normality, present the picture of perfection. This storehouse of flesh, this house of purity, we will survive, we will go on.
Oh, it's all... Cat, it's hopeless, it's hopeless.
Newt, make him hush. Where are you going?
It's over! We're just trying to find our mother. We're just trying to get off this island, please. We're trying to survive too.
It's over. Why? Why leave this sanctuary? Why go to death aboard an ocean vessel? Stay here. Serve a purpose.
Please.
What have you seen here? Theatre. The curtain drawn to shield them in anticipation. Improbable fiction? I see you there. The laymen with their quips. Reasoning your way out of the situation in which you find yourself. Rhetoric, babbling until it grinds to a halt, loses sense and gives way to a solid, safe, and infinitely inferior plot. This blessed plot. This seat of blah, blah, blah. Whimper. I will not whimper. For when blackness engulfs us all and we stand like monoliths, sentinel, watching the hollow self-portraiture of this generation as they tap, swipe, and like, making silence. I will bathe in the chaos of chance, conceal meaning in a tin of peaches, and gorge myself upon original humanity. We'll have to go gentle, for God's sake. We'll have to howl, 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 and wait for God, but for the sake of whatever holds you rooted to this blasted heath, embrace me, chaos, and let blindness be your guide in darkness absolute. We that are young shall never see so much nor live so long. Thus spake the poet. Come to the end, debate and rationalize, then do not. Stand dumbfounded upon the cliff top, then do not. Fall forward into the gulf of blackness, reduced to a single instinct, the will to go on. Chance. Chance upon a chance to survive. It costs nothing. Nothing. Nothing will come of you, and you will become nothing. Everything is hazardous upon such a road. What would it be to become nothing? Without matter. No need to matter. No need to go on. What does it matter? What's that? Time. Time to stop. Part my lips. The anus of the head, detritus, spitting forth further platitude for mankind to analyze, manipulate, abuse, and mold.
185 is the only reported fatality. The doctors have stated that this is due to unrelated complications. The Prime Minister has urged the public not to jump to conclusions and has expressed every confidence that the virus can be contained. That was the news at midnight. Next, a nostalgic look at popular music of the 1930s.
We'll meet again.